Okay, continuing on. Sorry I had to keep breaking this up, but clearly I'm not a videographer and I don't have time to take up yet another hobby. So you're just going to have to bear with me with all the different segments because my phone's acting funky and I don't know what I'm doing. So here we go. Continuing on. How are you guys doing? I hope you are well. We're doing great, thank you. Thanks for asking. Gosh, look at my teeth. They're crooked. Why am I talking about that? Curtis. Why does the girl in the band scare me so much? I don't know. I think you have some deep-seated issues you've got to work out. Probably because you know me. Monica would like to know, will Dirk relive Lycia when we become old? You know what? That would be really cute. He already says he wants to be in the band, and he has a little cameo on the new album, so maybe. We always joke around that he's going to take over and actually be successful with Lycia. But obviously, you know, doubt it. But that would be cute and cool. And I want to be a merch girl. Like, I don't think he wants his mom on tour with him, though. That's kind of lame, I guess. Would you ever do a cover album of songs you like, but your own interpretations of the songs? No. Mike's not a fan of doing, like, covers, and I know we've done a couple in the past, but he's really not a fan of that. And he also doesn't like remixes, so no, I don't see that happening. Lycia has really evolved over the years. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing like a week from now, let alone 5 years from now. If Lycia still exists 5 years from now, I imagine we'll be doing more of the same, but in a different way, I guess. I don't know. Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Why won't Lycia tour anymore, or is there a chance you will? Lycia's not going to tour because we have to have day jobs, and we have a 3-year-old who's about to turn 4, and, you know, Mike has type 1 diabetes, so we're older. We need comfort. We need routine. We have too much to maintain to tour. At some point, could there be one-off shows? At this point in time, no. I would say no, but that doesn't mean it's out of the realm of possibility. Mike and I both kind of have this hard time giving up the idea of live, which is bizarre because we were never really successful with it, technically. So, I guess it's just ingrained into you that you are supposed to be playing shows and blah blah blah. But Mike never wanted to play shows in the start. He wanted to be a studio band. So. I don't know. No, there's never going to be a tour, and for those reasons. But one-off shows, as of now, no, but who knows? Never say never, because then you look like an idiot. How can I get a brand new Ionia shirt? Not gonna happen. As far as I know, those don't exist anymore. No questions here. Just wanted to say how beautiful that Blue Heron song is. I like that song too. I like that song. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for wanting to drive to see us play shows. You remember when I made a video before and answered your question? It was cool. Well, thank you. Since one of your new tracks is The Only Way Through is out, is David Gala still working on a solo album with that title? David Gallus is going to make his own response interview thing for this, so I'll let him answer that question. Nicole, will Lycia be performing at Dirk's birthday party? Well, we'll be there. You never know. I doubt it. Well, we will be performing Happy Birthday to Dirk. So yes, we will be performing. When will Lycia release the Thug Life inspired album? When Dirk takes over the band. I can't envision Mike ever going along with my love of gangster rap. He's such a stick in the mud. Okay, who have you never toured with that you would have liked to? You know, it's a shame that we're not doing shows now because there's a couple bands that I think would be really perfect. And Black Mirror and Ides of Gemini, whatever Sarah's doing at any given time. And I think Clay Rendering would be a good band. And there's, you know, it's a shame that we're past that point because I think there's bands out there now that really would be a perfect fit for us, musically and personality wise. So it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Any favorite band memories or funny stories? Oh geez, you know, there's so many things that happen, so many silly little things, and even, you know, crazy, scary things, and some of the funny, gosh, there's just so many funny little moments. I can't really just put it into picking one or whatever. Some of the more interesting stuff was when we did the Typo tour, and, you know, that was pretty brutal. To say their fans weren't fond of us is kind of an understatement at the time, but then in retrospect, you know, I get a lot of messages from people saying that they found Lycia through Typo Negative, so that was a pretty interesting story. Yeah. Ever request any items on a rider like brown M&Ms? No, we were not picky. We asked for like bagels, yogurt, and Diet Pop. So, no. And I've heard stories about people who, like, bands on comparable to our level or whatever, refusing to play shows over like tube socks that they didn't get. And I'm just like mind blown, because if you were lucky to get a fucking Diet Coke, you were gold. So I don't know. I don't have those stories. We're not high maintenance people at all. So yeah. I wish I had some stories like that though. I should have asked for, I don't know what, stuffed animals. That would have been cool. Favorite soda? Currently, my favorite soda is Cherry Coke Zero, but I try not to drink it because it's poison. So we drink a lot of Zevia because it's not poison. Theoretically, I guess. Songs you would like to cover but have not. Gosh, you know, I don't know. There's so many good songs, but I don't know. I can't think of anything specifically right now. I wonder if I'll ever have the opportunity in this life to attend one Lycia performance, if not in Romania, somewhere in Europe. It's not looking very likely. I'm sorry. Okay, so those are those questions. Let me move to the next ones. La. Podcasts. Peach, you're asking about your idea of doing some live shows via podcast, and yes, that's probably going to happen in some shape or form. Guitar pedals and effects, I already answered that question. Is like Sia going to tour? Already answered that. What was it like singing with Typo Negative? Pretty friggin' cool. And it was cool because the version that I recorded to, actually Peter was singing the part that I sang, so that was kind of cool because it was neat doing like kind of a duet or whatever with him. I kind of wish I still had that version just to listen to, but I don't think I have it anywhere. But yeah, it was very cool. It was kind of mind-blowing thinking, holy crap, I'm doing vocals on a Typo Negative album. Pretty cool. And then doing the live thing with them was wild too, because the last time I had played with Typo Negative, I had been like booed at and like spit on and things of that nature. So walking out on stage with them and having people like cheer was kind of very exciting. Next question. What circumstances led to the Burning Circle being a double album? Was it deliberate? I asked Mike this question because I wanted to make sure I got the answer correct. And what happened was he and David had recorded the first album, and they continued to work on stuff. And then Mike met me, and then I came out and did some vocals. And so there was enough material for a second album. So basically the first disc is like a full album, and the second disc was kind of like the added songs. So that's how that happened. Monday is Here is a killer track. Absolutely pre-ordering this one. Psyched Gallus is back. Da 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 da. Much luck and fortune for Lycia's new arrow. You've been missed. Thank you very, very much, Dave Felton. So glad to hear that Sarah is making a guest appearance. Off to project for a signed copy. Yes, I was so excited that Sarah sang on our album. It was kind of neat. I sound like Richie from Happy Days. But anyways, it was really cool to have Sarah on there because not only do I really respect her as an artist, but she's a really cool person. And it was kind of nice, like, there being another girl in the band for a song. So that was really cool. And I was also super honored that she asked me to sing on a Black Mirror song too. That was like a very big deal for me. Very cool. What's the meaning behind the title of the new album? A line that connects. Well, I mean, basically, everything's connected. Time, space, everything. To me, there's no accidents. There's no past, present, future. It's like everything is kind of connected in some strange way. And just randomly you come across these things and there's like no way that they should be connected, but you find, this person who knows this person who was at that place and blah, blah, blah. And it's like fascinating to me. Mike came up with the title of the album, but he's a big person on like time and place and all that kind of stuff too. So he had a lot of strange coincidence that happened, especially along the lines of the Silverleaf. What inspired Silverleaf, I think, kind of made the meaning of the album also very poignant, I guess, for us. But basically just that everything's connected and that kind of thing. Scott Miller, if you could do a do-over and re-record any album in your back catalog, which would it be? I asked Mike this question also, and he said Wake, because Wake was really rushed, and they didn't take the time recording it that they should have, and that there are other versions of the songs on the album that were actually better versions of those songs, and he wished that he would have taken the time because he had the ability to take the time and he just didn't, and they rushed it. So Wake is really kind of like, he sees it as kind of a demo, and the songs on the album, I wrote it down because I didn't want to mess anything up. This is what I'll just read what he says. Wake, because very few of the songs on Wake came close to what they could have been. Early demos were way more what the hell, I can't even, way more powerful, but it was rushed. If he would have taken time and slowed down his approach, he did with the same approach that he did with Ionia, it would have been as good. Mike sees Wake and Nothing as the only finished songs. The rest are rushed or early demos. I can't even read my own handwriting. So basically that was the answer. Wake. And if you notice, the Wake is out of print and it will not be back in print. So that's why. Thank you for your question. Okay, so I have one last question from John Isaac. And he says, I sent a question to David, so here's one for you. I'm assuming the music is predominantly written by Mike. How does he come up with ideas? Does he give you lyrics to work with, or do you come up with your own? And do you guys have to come to an agreement on the songs you want, like, or is it like, here's the songs you were going to be doing? I do stuff with my brother, and I basically write several songs, music, and then say, here's the songs, now come up with lyrics. So here's the thing with Lycia. Lycia is Mike's. I've never viewed myself as any more than really as a guest. When I'm asked to do something, I do it. He gives me songs and I record my vocals. He's never given me lyrics. He's never given me ideas as far as melodies or anything like that. It's always, here's a song, do what you do. He's the backbone of the band. David obviously has a huge input also because he's a songwriter, and especially on this album, it was the most collaborative album that we've done, and so that's his story to tell as far as his take on that. But as far as my take, Mike basically says, okay, this song is yours, do your thing. And we've really had very few like squabbles about, you know, anything. There's times where I've come up with like melodies where he's like, well, or like not main melodies, but like extra things where he's like, well, I'm gonna cut this and blah blah blah. And really, when it all boils down to it, to me, this has always just been his band. So if I'm asked to be involved, I'm involved. If I'm not asked to be involved, I don't expect it. It's like I don't go, Mike's recording an album, I'm guaranteed a spot on it. That's just not how it works. I realize that my place is, I'm just another instrument in the band. So if he decides to play the bass in the band, he plays the bass. If he decides to use my vocals, he uses my vocals. That's just reality to me. And it's always been reality. Starting off as a fan of Lycia, I've always looked at it as I'm just a guest. So that's my take on it. And I've never expected more than that. So I guess that's why we work so well, because I don't demand a whole lot. So I guess that's my last question. Again, sorry I had to break this up all over the place, and like I said, I'm not a videographer, so it's like wonky and blah, 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 crazy. And I hope I answered all your questions. I think I got them all. Till next time. I was going to say keep it carved as a shout out to Ryan and Angie, because that's funny, but I won't do that. But I just did. So yeah, keep it carved. I'm just kidding. Have fun and talk to you guys soon, and let us know what you think of the new album. Hope you enjoy it. Remember, Handmade Birds, Thrill Jockey, Hello Merch, Project, Magic Bullet. Check it all out, and I'll see you soon. Bye.